As Mustafa Jana, Assistant Professor at Sakarya University's Middle East Institute. Thank you so much for coming in, Mustafa. What a bizarre situation. Let's just get something straight. The Saudis are accusing the United Arab Emirates of sending weapons and military equipment to southern separatist forces in Yemen, and also saying that Abu Dhabi has encouraged some tribal forces to attack areas close to the Saudi border. The UAE denies all of that. Who are we supposed to believe?
Yeah, I think no one believes that, because it's well documented that UAE is actually leading these tribes, and also Southern Transitional Council. They're encouraging them to attack in areas in southern Yemen, and also they took two provinces recently.
Yeah.
So UAE, it fits in UAE's regional vision at somewhere, and it makes sense for the UAE, because they want to reach out to Red Sea through Aden. So it fits because this Southern Transitional Council now controls the former southern Yemen.
Yes.
Yes. As you know, since 1990, Yemen is, of course, there has been the civil war going on over a decade, but it unified in 1990. And before that, there was southern Yemen, a separate political entity. So they encouraged Southern Transitional Council to, take some lands from Yemen and make other actors recognize that part as a political independent entity. So it is well connected with the other developments in the region. Lately, the Somaliland was recognized by Israel as a different independent political entity. So, and also there were some, states which condemned that decision, and among them Saudi Arabia was also there, and as Turkey, Egypt, Qatar, and Iran, and other countries, because why they condemned and why they rejected that action, because it is prone to create conflicts, further conflicts and destabilization in the region, and this would pose serious threats to regional actors, and starting from Saudi Arabia. Yeah, apart from that imminent threat now coming from southern Yemen, because it's just right next to the Saudi border, and that's why Saudis bombed this port in Yemen, and they accused UAE of being, behind these weapons that Southern Transitional Council, has been using against international recognized government in Yemen.
The regional implications, if Saudi Arabia and the UAE were to fall out, are very important, but we haven't got time to look into that. Yeah. I know you're coming for our 12G news hour, so we'll expand this discussion. Okay. But right now, there's one other question that needs to be answered here, Mustafa. We have the Southern Transitional Council in alliance with the internationally recognized government, together fighting the Houthis.
Yeah.
Now, are we looking at an all-out war between the forces of the internationally recognized government, the Southern Transitional Council's forces, and the Houthis? Yeah. Are we looking at a three-way war?
It's a really important question, and I'm wondering the full answer as much as you do. But these recent developments, I think it's cracking the old anti-Houthi, united bloc, because just 5 years ago, 6 years ago, Saudi Arabia and UAE were together against Houthis, but there were some very important developments on the ground, like the Saudi-Iran normalization. So it hugely affected the balances in Yemen, and Houthis were in dialogue with Saudi Arabia lately also. So I think these recent developments will trigger balances, and surely will create rearrangement of forces and actors, and their position will change. Maybe it will push Saudi Arabia more towards Iran and Turkey's position, and also Egypt's position, because, as I said, it's well connected with the other developments happening in North Africa, in Sudan, in Somalia,
Absolutely.
as you know. So I think we are gonna see and witness a really interesting, strange happenings on the ground.
Okay, in 12G we're going to talk more about this.
Right.
So thanks so much for hanging around as well for us. It's the fourth day of protests in Iran.